Welcome back to our channel, history enthusiasts. Today we're diving deep into a pivotal moment in British history, the union of Scotland and England. Why did two distinct nations with their own cultures, languages, and histories decide to unite? Stick around as we explore the intricate web of events and motivations that led to the formation of Great Britain. To understand why Scotland and England united, we need to first set the scene. The story begins in the early 17th century, a time of political intrigue, religious conflict, and dynastic ambitions. In 1603, after the death of Elizabeth I, who left no heir, the English crown passed to James VI of Scotland, who became James I of England. This event, known as the Union of the Crowns, brought the two kingdoms under a single monarch, but did not create a political union. Scotland and England remained separate entities with their own parliaments and laws. James's accession to the English throne marked the beginning of a personal union, where the same monarch ruled over both Scotland and England. However, this did not mean that the two countries were politically united. They still had their own parliaments, legal systems, and religious institutions. The early 17th century was marked by religious tension. England, predominantly Protestant, had broken away from the Catholic Church under Henry VIII. Scotland, too, had its own Reformation, leading to a predominantly Presbyterian church. However, religious differences often caused friction between the two nations. Both kingdoms faced internal challenges. In England, the Civil War, from 1642 to 1651, led to the temporary overthrow of the monarchy and the rise of Oliver Cromwell's Commonwealth. Scotland was dragged into these conflicts, resulting in significant political instability. The religious differences between Scotland and England were profound. Scotland's Presbyterianism, which emphasized a church governed by elders, contrasted sharply with the hierarchical structure of the Anglican Church in England. These religious tensions often spilled over into political conflicts as both countries struggled with their own internal divisions and the broader European context of the Protestant Reformation and Catholic Counter-Reformation. Economic factors also played a crucial role. By the late 17th century, both Scotland and England were looking to expand their economic opportunities. However, Scotland's ambitious attempt to establish a colony in Panama, known as the Darien Scheme, ended in disaster, plunging Scotland into financial ruin. The failure of the Darien Scheme left Scotland economically vulnerable. Many Scots began to see union with the wealthier and more powerful England as a way to stabilize their economy and gain access to England's expanding empire. The Darien Scheme was a bold but ill-fated venture. Scotland invested heavily in establishing a trading colony on the Isthmus of Panama, hoping to create a gateway between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. However, the harsh conditions, lack of support from the English government, and resistance from Spanish forces led to the colony's collapse. The financial losses were devastating for Scotland, leading to widespread economic hardship and a sense of desperation. The road to union was paved with negotiations, political maneuvering, and frankly, some coercion. The English Parliament passed the Alien Act in 1705, which threatened to cut off trade with Scotland unless they agreed to negotiations for union. This placed immense pressure on the Scottish Parliament. In 1706, commissioners from both kingdoms began drafting the Treaty of Union. Despite significant opposition in Scotland, where many feared the loss of national identity and autonomy, the economic benefits and political pressures eventually led to the agreement. The Alien Act was a strategic move by England to force Scotland's hand. By threatening to treat Scots as aliens and restrict trade, England leveraged its economic power to bring Scotland to the negotiating table. The Scottish commissioners, facing economic crisis and political instability, were compelled to consider union as a viable solution. On January 16, 1707, the Act of Union was passed by the Scottish Parliament, followed by the English Parliament on March 6, 1707. The treaty took effect on May 1, 1707, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain. The treaty had several key provisions. It created a single parliament for Great Britain, combined the two nations' debts, and established a single market. It also included measures to preserve Scotland's legal and educational systems. The Treaty of Union was a complex document that addressed various aspects of the new political and economic arrangement. It ensured that Scotland retained its legal system and educational institutions, which were seen as essential to preserving Scottish identity. The creation of a single market was designed to facilitate trade and economic growth, benefiting both nations. The reaction to the Union was mixed. In Scotland, many people felt a sense of betrayal and loss. Riots broke out in Edinburgh and other cities. In England, there was a mix of relief and indifference. However, over time, the Union brought significant economic benefits. Scotland gained access to English markets and colonies, leading to economic growth and the flourishing of the Scottish Enlightenment. Politically, the Union provided stability, helping to prevent further conflicts between the two nations. The initial reaction to the Union was far from unanimous. Many Scots viewed the Union as a sellout, a loss of sovereignty and independence. The Scottish Parliament's decision to dissolve itself and merge with the English Parliament was seen as a betrayal by many. However, the long-term economic benefits began to change perceptions. Scotland's access to English markets and the expanding British Empire opened up new opportunities for trade and prosperity. The Union of 1707 laid the foundation for the modern United Kingdom. It marked the beginning of a shared history that would see both triumphs and challenges. The unification allowed for the pooling of resources and strengths, contributing to the rise of Britain as a global power. However, the question of Scottish independence has never fully disappeared. In recent years, there have been renewed calls for Scotland to break away from the United Kingdom, leading to referendums and ongoing debates about the future of the Union. The long-term impact of the Union was profound. It facilitated the creation of a powerful and influential nation that played a significant role in global affairs. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain, was fueled by the combined resources and talents of both Scotland and England. The British Empire's expansion brought wealth and influence, but it also brought challenges and conflicts. In the modern era, the union between Scotland and England continues to evolve. The establishment of the Scottish Parliament in 1999 marked a significant step towards devolving power and addressing the unique needs of Scotland within the United Kingdom. The 2014 Scottish independence referendum was a pivotal moment in recent history. While the majority voted to remain in the UK, the close result highlighted the deep divisions and ongoing debates about Scotland's future. The creation of the Scottish Parliament was a response to growing demands for greater autonomy and recognition of Scotland's distinct identity. Devolution allowed Scotland to have a say in its domestic affairs, including education, health, and transportation. The 2014 independence referendum, where 55% voted to stay in the UK, demonstrated the complexity of the issue and the strong feelings on both sides. So why did Scotland and England unite? The answer lies in a complex interplay of political, economic, and social factors. The union was driven by a mix of opportunity, necessity, and strategic calculation. While it brought many benefits, it also sparked a sense of loss and division that continues to influence British politics today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the past. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on the union of Scotland and England. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.